And welcome back. Think we're going to finish the game today? I think we'll finish the game today. I think as long as the ending of this game happens within the next 45 to 50 minutes, then I am 100% going to stop at nothing to reach the end of this game.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D. Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Pull on the old knowledge to understand what caused the twins to hear radio in their heads.
You know a lot about radio. Enough to know you have no idea how or why those boys heard Speed Freaks FM in their heads.
It's their tinfoil hats. They work counterintuitively to how everyone thinks they work and actually beams messages into your heads.
Knowledge like that isn't just obscure, it's unknowable. Dangerous theoretical facts like that are probably protected under the coalition government's Articles of Dominion, Title 14, Article 7C. While an expert might be able to suss it out on their own, a layman like you has no hope.
Well, I beg to differ. I had a 97% chance of succeeding this check.
You don't know how it happened, but the stores of your knowledge are vast, and there is something crucial in them.
What's that?
You know where Ruby isn't. She isn't in the fishing village. She's not with her bullet under the floorboards in the shack. So where could she be? The alcoholics never mentioned seeing Ruby either. Idiot Doom Spiral gave an exhaustive account of recent events, but never mentioned seeing Ruby. You've searched the whole coast for Morel's traps, just as you didn't find the Insulindian Phasmid. You did not find her. You've even entered the church, met Tiago and Sorna. Some criminals seek sanctuary from sacred buildings, though the sanctuary laws were abolished decades ago. But Ruby wasn't such a one. And you do know one thing about radios, Ulan. Ruby dabbles in advanced radio theories. Ulan, the Speed Freaks mystery. It might just be related.
Does that mean she's here?
If she's here on the coast, she'll be here. And besides, something weird happened to the twins around here. It'd be nice to know what caused that. Another fact for your collection.
So where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk. Its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What's happening?
She's down there.
I don't... I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay, why?
The twins did hear radio from here, so something is happening.
True. And Ruby does have radio experience, as evidenced by her lorry. But how do we even get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we climb it. Enter through the roof.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
I'm pretty certain I'm older, but, you know. Although, to be fair, wasn't that a thing I was researching? Yeah, I still haven't mastered that one. We're halfway there, though. We'll work out that date of birth eventually. Alright, this is definitely going to end badly.
Leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, like, look at this. Look at this gap here. Look at that. That's almost like the height of him. How the fuck is he going to close that gap? I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Assess the situation.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp.
That's fine.
In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180?
190. I'm a giant.
Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder?
How so?
Astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
Oh, come on, Kim, where's your adventurous spirit?
This really has nothing to do with adventure. We are dealing with basic physics here.
It won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
Oh, well, watch. What's it? What? Watch. Just watch. Just buckle up and watch. This is gonna blow your fucking socks off.
All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is...
Do it.
Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
I think he's just dealing with withdrawal, to be honest with you.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
Don't gloat. Just stand there like a Samaran master.
You know, for the record, you didn't teleport there. You just climbed the ladder with your eyes closed.
Well, way to be a fucking downer about it. Is that not impressive? You could not see the gaps in those rungs?
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear...
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring without backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
And double. Especially considering I still don't have my fucking gun. What's this? It looks like a girder. Is it a girder? The central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. Cool. But, I mean, this is all still pretty walkable. This all still seems good, right? This doesn't seem good anymore. This seems eerie and dark and spooky. The glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. Oh, is it? What? Are there stairs or are there not? I'm very confused. What am I looking at, right? Oh, it's... I see. It goes round and down. I thought it was another, like, set of stairs next to these ones. I don't know how I got that. I was like, it looks like it goes up, but then there's no up, and I'm so confused. I did, however, find a new postcard for my collection. Shame I sold all the ones at the start of the game, considering, turns out they're something he likes to collect. I've ruined his thing. Antiquated office furniture. Last century, maybe. Brought down and forgotten so long ago. Apparently I can't read today. It's going to be a bad one. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. Well, I'm not gonna barely squeeze by. The overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Old file folders in the cart, documents silvery with mould. A series of thick, dusty panes of glass.
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components.
They're computer components.
Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system.
How'd they do that, and why?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know.
Does my brain?
The why is easy, because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet. For vitreous cast filament memories, though, these seem incredibly advanced.
Okay, alright. So, old technology, but very good old technology. Nice jacket, man. Oh, now we're styling. Hold up. What's my current jacket giving me? It is giving me 2 +1s, whereas that only gives me a singular +1. But I mean... Got the little rose. The little sprite rose. Can't really see it with my dapper scarf, though. Neither of these are particularly helpful. That's a shame. Yeah, let's put the RCM jacket back on. It is just better, unfortunately. What is this, and why is it giving me so many cool stats? Oh, it's a necklace. I see. That's neat. This is actually kind of a look right now. I think I've got kind of a look going on. Let's rock with it. Right. We're meant to be letting our boy Kim in right now so we can have backup, but I don't really know where to go to do that. In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Oh, secrets. Stale fabric, smell and dust. No one slept here in months. Maybe years. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, ancient flyers and brochures. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. Who's this fella? He's got a good beard.
A mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Brush the dust off.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly.
Hey, that's just self-insecurity talking. I really wish I had, you know, slightly more morale right now. I do seem to have recovered one charge of it somehow, which I'm not complaining about, but... I mean, it's a pretty cool hat. Pretty cool hat. Not gonna wear it, but it's pretty cool. Okay. Boot prints in the sand. One of the souls appears to be more worn than the other. Okay, I think what we need to do is go back, go upstairs, and let Kim in through the front door, right? Like, that seems to be the way that's leading me towards... Oh, that's how we came down. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Did not realise that's where we came down from. I don't know how I didn't get that, but... There is a fucking door with a Kim behind it right here, though. Maybe we go with this instead.
Two rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while.
Who's there?
What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get the door open.
Alright, alright. Wanted to try some joke material out, you know? Karaoke didn't go well, but maybe the stand-up night.
Seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the two metal panels slide open with a creak.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
How did you even get here?
After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain. It was easy to miss before.
Oh, nice.
He's quite proud of himself.
You could have saved me the effort.
At least now we have an exit, so let's get going. It's time to investigate these passages.
I don't know why we just black screened for a second there, but alright. So can we just, like... Is this... the... Oh no, it's just here. Okay. Wow, okay. Brilliant. I thought this was the sewage entrance that we saw further around, but... Fair enough, I suppose. Right, let's go. Let's go, let's follow those footprints. I like my cool new necklace, by the way, Kim. Are you proud of me for mixing up my style? There's something in the air, an unnatural buzzing. The tunnel collapsed, you'll have to find another way around. But there's a thing. I want to loot the thing. It's alright, Harry will find it. He'll work it out. He's a smart lad. Oh, hold up, what's this? It's getting louder, the buzzing sound.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A pain, a strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole, worn, smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize.
Yeah, but on the plus side, I'll get closer to finishing the video game, so, you know.
Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
Well, that's good.
Let's try not to worry, he thinks. If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
What do you think is waiting for us there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Also, big, loud, creaky door.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Well, at least you got a fucking gun, mate. Alright, for some, innit? Putting his hand to his holster. I can't do that shit. I can, however, get rich and die trying. So rich. So much money so fast, I'm not sure I can handle it. Concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. It's going to go to my head. I'm going to end up being one of those, like, Playboy billionaires. It feels strange. Shall we,
Your
fuck.
entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
You know, I was literally just about to say, before I was so rudely interrupted, maybe I should save. Can I save, like, now? Can I get to the menu from here? Get to my journal and shit. Not my inventory, but I guess that's fair enough. Ah, oh. Alright, I guess we're committing.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways.
I don't think covering my ears will help, but let's try it.
No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones.
Are you gonna kill me too?
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing. It's the ULAN frequency.
I saw your equations. It's the ULAN frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
You should probably check on Kim. That's what good partners do.
Keep your eyes on Ruby.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort. I'm wondering if this has anything to do with the shit. What were they called? Fortress accident. The game's developers. Them losing all their data. I wonder if this that we're experiencing right now was in some way related to that.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world.
Pretty wacky.
At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
This must be how the twins heard the radio in their heads. They must have been standing by when she tested it. She likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking. Look for an opportunity to break loose.
Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
What are we listening to? So what's this goddamn pail anyway?
The pail? It's the end of the world.
And how did you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
She nods towards her torture device.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
Please turn it off. I can't take it anymore.
You're big boys. You can handle it. Stop being so damn melodramatic.
Damn this.
The lieutenant clutches his head, grimacing.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with a sudden sympathy.
Fine. I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out of the shadows. The pain lessens.
The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
How did you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out, by the way. Isabel, the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now. Hardy for one.
Preparing for the worst?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
Did you shoot Lily?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
It was your girlfriend. She cracked.
Nah, she didn't crack. She's a survivor. If she told you anything, it was to save herself. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Titus told me. It took some convincing.
Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. And those guys liked me, I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like, how the fuck do the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener. It's not personal, I opened them up.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them. A little.
I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you.
Like what? I already
just-
told you I didn't do it.
She adjusted a grip on the gun in the middle of that.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Do you have an alibi for when Lily was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
They say you left to take a really long leak. 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time.
No one takes a 15-minute leak.
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
She speaketh truth.
Did you leave any flowers for Classier on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
Not even wildflowers? Maybell, for example?
Nope.
Okay, so you didn't leave Maybells.
No, I did not.
Would you say that Lily was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
Did you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
She didn't hate him, okay?
You don't feel sympathy for mercs. It's hard work.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
I do have other questions.
I'm listening.
So you're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
That really comes as a blow to her.
No, he didn't. I found my own way in.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
There's a bitter smile.
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
You had a financial incentive to kill the merc.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union.
The lieutenant is unable to articulate his question.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
But you're threatening us with it.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
Well, you do have a gun.
And?
I can't quite tell. What kind of gun is it?
A knocked-away 80 front-loader. Two-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That isn't it.
That merc was probably shot from a distance with a military-grade rifle. Otherwise, everyone at the whirling would have heard the shot downstairs.
I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
There's other evidence I want to ask you about.
Yeah. Evidence.
Yeah, okay, let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
So who killed the merc, if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes. Her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
So what happened Sunday night? Tell me your version.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
He struggles to finish the sentence.
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Classier, she said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
How did you manage to come up with the plan so quickly?
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
Her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone.
Fucking Classier did it, didn't she? Jesus fucking Christ. Been running circles around this game for the last 20 hours and it turns out the first person we spoke to about the goddamn murder investigation is the goddamn murderer.
She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
She lied to you about that, too.
That's bad, that she'd be so calm.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Lily herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
Well, there was one.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
Try and destroy the machine. Am I not going to get to see the... I'm really not going to get to see the dice roll. Keep me in suspense, why don't you, Disco Elysium?
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
You okay, Kim?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
Convince her to put the gun down.
She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to give her options.
What options?
You know.
Maybe I can still talk her out of it.
This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives.
Please. Just walk away.
She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip on the gun loosens.
You don't have to do this. You're not cornered. I'm letting you go.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
She went straight past Kim and he didn't think to try and tackle her or anything. Okay, fair enough.
Good call.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated.
What if we just let the murderer go?
I have a feeling we didn't. Her tent. We should check it out.
You're right. We should check it out. We should. That was a moment right there. Oh shit. So we are like actually outside here. Dark water trails into the distance. There's no way out. There is, however, +3 health medicine. Fuck yeah, man. Keeping hold of that. Cooking utensils. She has prepared herself porridge with bananas. Very nice. $8 whole fucking dollars, man. I deserve that after the day I've had. It's adequate pay for a life or death situation.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately.
Have a look inside.
The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled-up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes.
Shine the flashlight on the books.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
The lieutenant peeks in over your shoulder. Sift through the magazines.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook.
A notebook?
You pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend left behind.
We should read this immediately. Like, right now.
Alright, steady on. Don't rush me. I'm getting to it.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
Examine the cover.
It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name. Schneller.
Schneller.
Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers. She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here seriously.
Unwind the strap.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Flip through the pages.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
Yeah, anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them.
What did you write the day Lely died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. She is referring to betraying a previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense?
How far back do the entries go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
So what are the diagrams of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
What's the most recent entry?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run, Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
It looks like she might have been framed.
The lieutenant taps on the page.
That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed.
Then who do you think killed the merc?
Could have been Titus. Then again,
But no one heard the shot.
maybe there's a Hardy boy we've yet to meet who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
I suppose we should. In the meantime, I believe I needed another point in visual calculus to retry a check. That was right. That. Oh, it did accept changes. A button pops up at the bottom here saying accept changes and close, which made me think that it didn't actually accept your level ups until after you press that, but I guess you can just back out of the menu and that works too.